Hello children, good morning. Yesterday we have written 3 questions. Remaining 3 more questions I am going to give you now. And hope you people are sitting with the notebooks. Please have a textbook in front of you and let us have question answers. I am writing even question also on the blackboard, but even then. Now the question which is not in the textbook I am giving on my own. Please take it. Otherwise, first let me give from the book. So I don't need to write again the heading here because yesterday we have done. You continue with them. No need to write again heading. Why did the British build forts around their godowns? See, your answer is hidden in the question itself. From here till there, you can write from the question. The answer goes like this. The British built forts around their godowns to protect them to protect them. Wait 1 minute. The British built forts around their godowns and kept armed soldiers to protect them. This is the answer. Why did the British build forts around their godowns? This is the question. I hope you are listening to me. Please repeat after me in mind when you are in front of the TV or having your mobile. Listen to my voice and please repeat the answer. Please read it so that it becomes easy for you to learn. So the answer is the British built forts around their godowns and kept armed soldiers to protect them. The British built forts around their godowns and kept armed soldiers to protect them. Why did the British build forts around their godowns? The British built forts around their godowns and kept armed soldiers to protect them. Let us go to 5th question, which I am giving on my own. It is a little big. I am giving your answer in points, please. Why were the the Indians, why were the Indians unhappy with the British rule? So this question is not in the textbook. Please do write. Huh? Why were the Indians unhappy with the British rule? Why were the Indians unhappy with the British rule? Answer: the Indians were unhappy with the British rule because first reason, the British forced the Indian farmers to grow indigo instead of food grains, instead of food crops. So, first point, because I have to rub the board, this board is not sufficient to write all the 4 to 5 points. So, now only I read it to them. First point is, the British forced the Indian farmers to grow indigo instead of food crops, which they did not need, because in India there was no use of indigo. So, the British forced the Indian farmers to grow indigo instead of food crops. The Indian weavers have to sell their cloth, cotton and silk cloth to the British at a very low price. Second point is the Indian weavers, one who make clothes, have to sell cotton and silk clothes which they weaved, which they wore to the British at a very low price. They took it bought in India with a low price and they sold it for higher price in their country. There was no 1 minute. The cottage industries were shut down as there was no market for their goods. There was no demand for their goods. The cottage industries were shut down as there was no demand for their goods. First point, the Indians were unhappy with the British rule because, first point, the British forced the Indian farmers to grow indigo instead of food crops. Second point, the Indian weavers have to sell cotton and silk cloth to the British at a very low price. The cottage industries were shut down as there was no demand for their goods, because the British brought all machine made goods and sold in India, which were looked better than the handmade goods. Okay, 2 more points I must write. Fourth point, the Indian kings the British made unjust laws like doctrine of lapse and subsidiary alliance system to take control to annex means take away, annex Indian kingdoms to their rule. Or I can write the British made unjust laws like doctrine of lapse and subsidiary alliance system to take control over the Indian kingdoms. This is fourth point. Why? The British made unjust laws like doctrine of lapse and subsidiary alliance system to take control over the Indian kingdoms. Last point is the Indian soldiers in the British Army were paid very less salaries. The Indian soldiers in the British Army were paid very less salaries. These are the causes for the revolt of 1857. So one more last answer, that too very small answer we have. Let's complete question answers part and this lesson, because I gave you synopsis points, right? So out of those synopsis points you can get the fill in the blanks from the textbook also. So again we don't need to learn them. Sixth last answer. What was the ultimate result of the revolt of 1857? Or what are the significance of the revolt of 1857? What? Our question is wrong way. What were the ultimate, I can give like this question, ultimate results of the revolt of 1857? What were the ultimate results of the revolt of 1857? Answer: the ultimate results of the revolt of 1857 were: first point, the Queen of England it was an end. 1 minute. An end of the East India Company rule in India? It was an end of the East India Company rule in India. Second, it shook the foundation of British rule in India. Of British rule in India. Your last point. It laid a strong foundation of feeling of nationalism, means love for the country. Nationalism among the Indians laid the foundation of freedom movement of India. That's enough. It laid a strong foundation of the freedom movement of India. So these are the results of the revolt of 1857. The ultimate results of the revolt of 1857 were: it was an end of the East India Company rule in India. Directly the Queen of England started ruling our country through viceroys. It shook the foundation of the British rule in India. They became careful, more careful. Last, it laid a strong foundation of the freedom movement of India. These are the points for your answer. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you. Please write down without mistakes and learn.